Of charges against 14 defendants. The evidence showed that cocaine was primarily packaged at the fraternity houses and that packaging was done by fraternity brothers and oftentimes pledges. In fact, we found a pattern of events that showed cutting and bagging cocaine was, for some pledges, an indoctrination into the Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi fraternities. Before I get into further details on the investigation and conduct, let me tell you about the charges. And I want to emphasize that all of these individuals are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty.
Family, it's Netta back at you with Black Lives Count. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are all blessed. And I hope you are prosperous in all of your endeavors. So do you see these thugs, these gang bangers and drug dealers that is going around dealing drugs to school students, to college students, gang banging, and these are the drug cartel of America. This is America's, perception of the drug cartel. Yet they said everybody is innocent until proven guilty. That's not how they do when it's black drug dealers, do they? When it's black drug dealers, everybody is guilty. And even if they proven innocent, they still guilty because they have drugged them through the public court, of judges, okay? So this young man and his cohorts, okay, and thugs are out there dealing drugs, and God knows what else they're doing. God knows only what else they are into, okay? You see, the mother didn't want to be, neither mothers wanted to be interviewed by the news. They're embarrassed. And did you hear the neighbors say they're just so surprised? If those had been black neighbors or Habib or anybody, okay, they wouldn't have been surprised. They wouldn't have been shocked and none of that stuff. They would have just said, yeah, I knew something fishy was going on over there. And you know what else I noticed? I didn't see the police. They didn't show the police going over to the parents' home and serving them a warrant to search their home. Isn't that what they would do if it was black people? They would go to the parents' homes where they lived, and they would want to search their homes to see if they could find any drugs in the homes. Wouldn't they do that? But do you see, when they say there's no white privilege, we know they're lying. And how do we know they're lying? When their mouths are moving, they are lying. And that's just the bottom line. Yeah, this is white privilege at its finest. That's exactly what this is. They done made me almost crack. But yeah, the differences in how it's treated when it is white people versus when it is black people. Trump can talk about the people coming from the south of the border, bringing the drugs in and all this other stuff, but they can't talk about Tyler. Okay, Tyler doing the drugs and selling the drugs. They say they were trafficking the drugs from New York State over to, different states. These people have a whole drug. He's a drug overlord, is what he is. That's what he is. He's a drug overlord. But I'm telling you, this is hilarious. They up there chopping up cocaine and crack. Child, I'm telling you, it is just beyond me. This is why, see, they're probably gonna get nothing but more than a slap on the wrist. And this is why they have so many fentanyl issues in their community. This is why the meth addicts in their community are so in bad shape, in poor shape. It is because all they get is a slap on the wrist. This is why. Because they're white. It's called white privilege, and we know what that is, don't we? Family, I'm telling you, not laughing or making light of the situation, because it's sad that people are addicted to drugs, but just the way they go about stuff in this country. So when they say, why do black people make everything about race? Because everything is about race. That's just it. Everything is about race. All right, family. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace, love, and blessings to you. And Black Power, family. Take care. Bye-bye.